Okay, so, oops, let me get this a little bit out of the way. I can focus more on this. Sorry, this is the best angle I can get on this. Let's see. So this is the, of course, the V-19 Torrent Starfighter, seen in the Clone Wars series, both the early cell, 2D animated one, as well as, of course, in the later 3D one that followed. I always liked this starship. I don't think I did a video on this yet. Not much to say about it, really. It's just really cool that they finally brought it back. It's been a while since. I had it sitting around for a while after I built it because it was just stuck in landing mode. Because unfortunately, as you can see from the design, how the wings rotate down, and of course these wings fold down. A lot of it just not much to stand on, right, by itself when it's in flight mode. And this is where it looks the best, and that's how we like to display it. The general proportions don't look as stocky, I guess, as opposed to when they're up, and it just doesn't look good when everything's folded up. And yeah, this just looks better. So I was looking for some display options for this, and there wasn't a lot to do it in this configuration. The only thing that I saw was basically an acrylic stand that you kind of sort of put together slightly, and it kind of clips around the bottom here, and then it's just got a base. And from what I understand, it's not that. I get mixed reviews, but it seems mostly negative. It seems like it's a bit fragile. I mean, it could even crack while you're assembling it, from what I've read. So I was like, I don't know if I want to waste my money on that. So I've been just slowly thinking about how do I want to approach this. And finally, I just figured, yeah, why not use like these clear like window pieces, which are basically 6 by, I think, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's what the height is. It's basically, only 1 inch or 1 stud deep, 5 across, or 6 across, and I believe that this ends up being about 5, normal like block or bricks high in height. And I found a pack of these of like, I think of 12, if I'm not mistaken. It's either 10 or 12 on Amazon or eBay. Actually, I think maybe it was on eBay. Pretty sure it was eBay. Sorry. And they're all brand new. And I said, why not? I forget how much they were, that expensive. Pretty sure it was like roughly $10, more or less. But it seemed like the right thing to do. I didn't want to make it out too many small pieces. And I kind of gauged what height it would be. So I got basically 6 of them, 3 on each side. And it attaches right underneath right here. And yeah, perfectly. I measured it about from this stud to this stud was 10 across. So I just didn't want it too close to this dorsal fin, I guess you can call this wing underneath. You can give it some breathing space, and so it can just look like it's floating there. I'll give you a lower angle of this in a second so you can see it better. This is not maybe the best angle, at least not with the wide angle lens that I'm using right now, field of view. But anyways, real simple base. I just used a 6 by I believe it should be 14, right? Because this is 10 and 2, yeah. So 6 by 14. That's a plate, and these 1 by 2. Actually, I guess it's technically 2 by. There's a 2 by 4. Angled slope, I guess. What you call these? I always forget if these are slopes or what, but and then I put like 2 shorter ones at the ends here, just like these down here. Let's see if I can't zoom up into it a little bit better. You can see it. See, either that. I just was scavenging. I bought these pieces like these. I think off BreakLink. Just a set of them. I was going to do some on the inside, but since the inside of these are kind of hollow, it serves no purpose in putting these on the inside, because I thought maybe it would hold the thing First I was thinking was using some bricks, like translucent ones, but then they're not as clear as these, obviously, because they will have all these like extra plastic pieces in the middle. Even though they're clear, it'll add some distortion and won't be as clear of a view as what you have here. I wish there was one solid one, but they don't make one that long. Right. So, anyways, I was gonna do something like this at the base, but again, it's hollow in there, so there's nothing that it's gonna butt up against to keep it from moving. It's only gonna be on this side, and it's reversed on this side. This side is the outer part, right, with the wall. So yeah, and I just wanted to fill it out with these shorter pieces, either the like half of this, like this one of these on the ends, I think, just to fill it up, or right, or what I ended up I couldn't find those at my other place. I'm going through my kids' stash, but I did find 8 of the shorter ones, like this. So I just decided to just center those and put one on each end. And since you do have an edge here, this can butt up against that, so that might help it a little bit on the inside. And that's about it. Just kept it simple like that, and it works. I was thinking at first I wanted the base to be wider, a little bit, just in case. I was worried that it could tip over easily, and I suppose it could, but it's going to be basically a display. And this piece isn't too really forward or rear heavy. It's fairly balanced, the weight in the center, with all the wings kind of basically being right in the middle. So it's pretty sturdy. I just have to be careful not to put any sideways force. Of course, it could, buckle or something if it goes too much to either side, right, like this. But otherwise, you can see it's fairly solid. It's not going to really do much. And that's it. I just, pretty simple stand finally. And although this does take up a bit more space, because before the wings used to go in, kind of like the Shuttle Tidarium, right? It takes up less space like this, but it doesn't. Well, this looks better landed than that does, but it still looks better in flight mode with the wings down, and so does this. So, anyways, it's not really a review on this Torrent Starfighter. There's so many out there, and I don't have much to add to that other than it's a good play scale one. It's these wings are pretty solid, as well as the way this works, as you might find in some actual real reviews of this thing. I'm just glad that this is one of my favorite things from the series, and I'm really glad, and I think a lot of people, that they finally have a proper clone pilot for this. They used to use the basically the regular Phase 1 trooper with a fin in the back, and it wasn't really a clone pilot helmet, and it's pretty nicely done. But as someone else pointed out, what they kind of didn't really advertise accurately was the way that at least that the visor would look like it should have been, like the top of it should have extended more out to the sides more, and it will look better, just make it wider looking. As it is, it's a little bit short. It kind of makes it look a bit compact, but I mean, I'll live with it. I mean, if anything, I guess if it bugged me, you could try to add some paint to it to extend it, but it's fine. It's not that important to me, though. I would say it would have looked better, but I'm still happy overall that they finally made a clone pilot, and hope that means they will reintroduce some things, such as I'm really hoping for a new Republic Y-wing bomber. What do you call it? The BTL Y-wing. I'm not sure what the BTO stands for. It's like, let's see, do I have it here? Oh, here, this guy. Let me back up. I have it as a micro galaxy squadron. Right here, like this guy. This is one of my favorite ships. I mean, I love the Y-wing in general, but I like the Republic version where they had all the fairing or the panels and stuff. Before, it's actually not exactly the same model as like the Y wings from the rebellion, I guess, that we've seen in the episodes 4, 5, and 6, right? Those ones, it's because it didn't have this bubble turret and didn't even hold, like, I guess technically at least 2 people. I guess the rear, like the person in the turret can be in the back seat. I don't think there's actually 3 people that can sit. Yeah, but still close enough, and it's just cool. And again, I would hope that they eventually add that back, bring one back into the line. I believe I used to have the one with, they only made one with Anakin and Ahsoka, and I guess it came with R2, right? What other droid would have been? And yeah, that was a cool set. And I could get a copy of that one off of AliExpress for not that much, I think. It's pretty old. Most of the old sets, they do pretty well because it's been so long ago and established that they've just managed to just get it pretty well sorted out, is what I find. But the newer stuff, you may have to be a little bit more careful. They may not have all the parts or something. I feel like it's a little bit less reliable. But yeah, so hopefully they would bring that back and make one that specifically just for like a Y-wing clone pilot, for clone pilots, not just Anakin and Ahsoka like they did before. I mean, that would be cool too, but I wouldn't mind like a regular, a lesser known, crew or pilots or co-pilots. And especially I would like to see them bring back the Republic assault shuttle, right? It's called the assault shuttle. Yeah, that one's pretty cool looking too, and they have clone pilots in there. And actually, I've seen like on Rebreakable, at least on the social feeds that advertise the stuff that people have done on Rebreakable, you can take 2 of these and make a pretty decent Republic attack shuttle out of that. Actually, it looked pretty cool. Though the cockpit with the 2 pilots in front, they look really close together, like the person's right up against the back. It seems a little bit close, but the rest of it looked pretty good, actually. It almost feels like it was worth trying, but I'm kind of waiting to see if they bring that back. Maybe, I don't think this year. I don't know. It seems like even though we get heads up on things, they still drop new stuff throughout the year. So it might happen, but maybe sometime later. I'd like to see that. But yeah, it's a cool ship. Pretty sturdy, and I'm glad that I finally can display it with in flight mode. And I think this is a pretty good solution. It's nothing fancy, but it does the job, and anyone can basically build this, I think. And yeah, so that's it. Just wanted to share that. Let me give you a couple of angle views. Excuse the busy background, but I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on still. You can see how it looks like from the back. So lower angle looks pretty good. Like again, these clear pieces are fairly clear and not that obstructive, right, for viewing wise. And fortunately, there's always a bad side to wings, right? Because you're going to have anti-studs in the back on the other side. Nothing you can do about it unless you get some reversers and at the smooth plates on the other side, but that will thicken it quite a bit. I was thinking of modifying this to make the wings in general look just a little bit longer, because I think they probably should be in comparison. Yeah, I mean, I have another scale model of this, and you can tell that it should be, but play scale stuff, from Lego tends to be a little bit more deformed or out of proportion and stockier in most instances. So that's fine. I think I'll just leave it at that, and I have other things to work on, actually. Unless I see someone do a really good mod that I feel like it'd be worth indulging into modifying this to make it look just a little bit better. Otherwise, yeah, it's not a big deal. That's it. Thanks for watching. It's mostly about this stand here. Nothing fancy, but I just wanted to share that and then just talk about this real briefly too. All right, that's it. Thanks. Later.